Imagine that you are 21 years old on a 747 Emirates airline jetliner for the very first time in your life, going to over 20,000 miles away from your family, away from everything that you know, and you're going to start a brand new life. Hi everyone, my name is Esther Chira, and that person was me. Today I will tell you how I packed up everything that I knew and came to America to study, and how the social habits and the food and the cultures of America has been the biggest valuable experience I've ever had in my entire life. First, I'm going to tell you how and what made me commute from Africa to California. That was my entry point. And then, second, I'm going to tell you how everything seemed to be a culture shock. And then, thirdly, I'm going to tell you how I adapted and accepted the American way of living. The year was 2005. I had saved up to $500 all to my name, and I knew that I'm coming to America to uh, get an education and become a professor, maybe an English professor. And I didn't have a clue or a plan that I was going to live where or go to school where, or that I would need transportation to go to school. So I landed in California, and the first thing I realized is that everybody is driving on the wrong side of the road. In Kenya, we drive on the left hand side. America, you drive on the right hand side. That was a shock. I had never seen that before in my entire life. Second of all, I went to my cousin's house. My cousins picked me up at the airport, and I had to quickly learn their way of life. They went to school during the day, and at night they went to work, and they found me a brand new job at the warehouse, at the FedEx warehouse. This is in California. And that's the trend that I was introduced to, going to school during the day and working at night, or working at night and going to school during the day. Because you need more money. That was a shock for me, I'll tell you that. And then we didn't have cooked food or ready-made food. I quickly learned that the fastest way to feed myself is to go to McDonald's and buy a burger for $1, which was very, very interesting. And then during winter time, my cousins would not drive me to school, or they would not drive me to their jobs. The hours conflicted. Now I have to learn how to catch a bus to go to school and to go to work. Long story short, I quickly learned that the more friends you have in America, the easier your life would be. So I made more friends at school, and I started borrowing rides and trying to learn these social habits, that there's something called a carpool, that you can drive together and go together. Although my assimilation to American culture came with culture shocks, I also learned that there are a few joys and a few uplifting experiences. Like, my friends would easily invite me to go to church with them for Thanksgiving, one of my best holidays. And they would cook and we would eat so much food. This is unbelievable. We eat so much food, and then the next morning wake up at 4 in the morning to go shopping. Very interesting. I really, really loved these new experiences. And then I had to realize that now we need to move on a little bit more and learn how to find a balance in America. You cannot just shop and go to school and have no social life. So now I was introduced to other shocks of dating, which was very shocked how people date in America. Very different, that women can actually talk to men. This is unheard of in my country. Furthermore, This time around, school is still waiting. I need to graduate. Anyway, and then it's just a shock. I was just so shocked, but I later learned that in order for me to live a comfortable life, I would rely on friends, I would rely on a strong church, I would rely on my professors to teach me or unteach me how to write English essays. I am a British. You can understand my English. It's also very, very British. But most of all, my experience in America, the most shocking thing is that how they welcome everybody into America. Most of our presidents today are from a different background. Their parents or their grandparents were from another country. So I want to say, after all these culture shocks and my little joys and my cuisines, learning how to eat well, I want to encourage each and every one of you. If you get an opportunity to study abroad, brace yourself, be ready. There is another world outside America. I hope that you would learn how to live or how the rest of the world lives. It's shocking to know that about 80 million Americans travel across to the international destinations every year. And that number is growing, and the perception of how people can live together, can learn from each other, is growing dramatically. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you.